So this was Paul Thomas's chaga. We have 40.5 pounds. For our organic certification, we actually have to trace all of the chaga that comes into our facility, where it comes from by land parcel, because that's really what determines whether or not it's going to be eligible to be certified organic. So we deal in both organic chaga and non-organic chaga. That is determined based on where it comes from. We basically need a landowner affidavit saying there's no pesticide use for it to be considered organic. Anyway, this came from Paul. It was on our land lease. The land parcel specifically was A2, and we're gonna just enter that information here. Awesome. It is submitted. What we're looking for are golf ball sized pieces or smaller. That works well with our grinder. So the next step in the process would be drying the chaga. It's what we do. We have these racks and we use dehumidifiers to do that. And then from there, we will grind the chaga if we're going to proceed further, but we also use chaga chunks to make tea. So this is one of our products right here. So next we're gonna grind the chaga. We gotta pulverize the chaga. We use a meat grinder because blades would break. The chaga is very hard, so we find it's better to crush the chaga, and that's sort of what this good old Hobart machine does for us. So I always wear a mask. We also have a dust collection system because chaga goes airborne and it's a very fine particle. You don't want to breathe it in. Just like that, we've got ground chaga. So we just made ground chaga. We do sell that as just loose ground chaga tea, but we're gonna take this same product now and just make it into tea bags. So these are our tea machines. They've heated up, and we'll get started. So these are the tea bags. The best way to drink chaga through Chaga Now. This is my favorite product. It's the most recent development we've made. It's an instant chaga. It's soluble in hot or cold water, but we're just gonna show you how we make it. So this is basically a really potent chaga tea, as potent as you can possibly get it. We brew it for 72 full hours. And once it's brewed, we evaporate the water away after we strain the chaga. So all this stuff, the cellular junk, for lack of a better word, of the chaga, that's actually gonna get pressed. We will squeeze all the water out of it, and then we're actually going to compost it. That's what we do. We have a composting pile out back. That doesn't even get used in the product. We just take the chaga tea, it ports downstairs into our drying room, and that's where we turn the chaga into the Chaga Now. And this is Chaga Now. So once the Chaga Now, or once the chaga tea has been evaporated, we get this like hardened chaga crystal that we put into our grinder. We just grind it into a fine powder, and then we bottle it to make our jars of Chaga Now. It's delicious. This is finished, ready to go, Chaga Now. See the sparkles? Yeah. So we just took 10 kilograms of chaga that we brewed there. That's gonna produce about 2,500 grams of chaga now. So we're getting a 25% yield of soluble constituents from chaga. So that means it actually takes like a full 8 ounces of chaga, half a pound, to make one of these 45-gram jars. So it's a lot of chaga, and we're actually getting everything you possibly can out of it by brewing it for 3 full days. And then all that you have to do is reconstitute this into water. This is just dried chaga tea. It's as potent as it can possibly be. And it only takes 1/5 of a teaspoon to make a full cup of chaga, pitch black. And you can do this in hot or cold water. And it tastes just like the chaga that you would brew in a crock pot for hours.